Is it working? It should work now. Okay, guys, sorry. It's been a real hassle trying to get this microphone working, but we are getting it. It is working now. So we are live with our Techu Tuesday. I'm your host and world champion, Alvaro, and I'll be going through some games as we do every Tuesday. We'll go with the play-by-play commentary, giving you this going through the decision-making process behind every move in every play. So we've been through this before. In general, you always want to go with the lowest card on hand, unless you specifically want to try to go second in the match, which has its pros and cons. They must, you know, uh, the best benefit is being that you have the last play of the game, and that often decides the match, the outcome of the match. So you don't want to take that for granted. But in general, you don't want to throw away a good, a relatively high card. So we usually just go with the lowest card on hand. That lower card happens to be higher than the enemy's card, so the AI goes first this time around. And right now, it seems to have high cards on hand. Look at it plays a nine. which is not the type of card you want to play just to build a bridge towards the enemy side of the board. And look at this play. We've talked about this before. When the AI plays sideways, it means it doesn't have a. What it tells you is I don't have an ace on hand. So you can choose to move forward, but you better have cards to back it up. And remember, uh, that's just telling you the AI doesn't have an ace on hand right now. It could very much draw the ace on the next moves. You have to be careful about that. So this time, we're just gonna play sideways as well, which worked out perfectly for us because if we would have gone straight ahead, then we would have been that seven would have been taken by the enemy's ace. And right now, it is giving us the chance to take him out. Of course, I'm pretty sure the AI will have cards to back that move, but uh, for now, let's just play that 9 over the 8. Okay, and look what he had. He had a king. I could play this in several ways. I could either play the 2 here and go straight ahead, or play it back here and, to buy time. But I have relatively high cards right now. Well, I have high cards on hand. So I might as well just go straight forward. The only issue here is that I want the AI to take that 7, but it's most likely going to go for the 2. See? Right. So we're going with the same move, trying to conquer the middle. And you usually don't want to play a king over the jack or a king in the middle because that's just asking an ace to be placed on top of it. Fortunately for us, the AI didn't have an ace on hand, so we got the advantage right now, and we are taking that 9. Okay, good. So it didn't have anything to take that 10, so that means it has nothing but low cards on hand right now, and we're gonna cut the line with this 6. And I know he's gonna take it away, but we're just battling. Okay, so this is what happens here. Um, these are the kind of moves that you want to think hard before you make them. So we already established the enemy doesn't have an ace. Sorry, yeah, it didn't have an ace on hand, and it doesn't have anything higher than a 10 up until the last draw. If I place this ace here, he's blocked, basically. He's not going to go any further. He can take that 10, but, the chances for the AI to have something, you know, you do the math. 1 out of 14, sorry, not one. There are, he already played 2 kings, and he's supposed to have 8 cards greater than a 10. He already played 2. So the chances of getting a higher card are 6 out of 14. That makes it 3 out of 8. Yeah, so it's 3 out of 8 chances to get a high card, a card that can beat that 10. Okay, the reason I'm going through all of this is because I'm now about to make one of the riskiest moves that I wouldn't recommend anybody to play. And I'm going with this ace here because right now, if he doesn't have anything to take that 10, I'm gonna go for the 3 here, and I am going to conquer his home row, which is not something you want to do. You see? That's exactly what I was telling. Damn. I ended up wasting a high car on an empty space, which is not something I want to do. And he went around my defenses, which is exactly how AI likes to play. So at this point, the AI has a good chance of beating us, really, because he's gonna take that. Yeah, he just did. Good news is he's not gonna go past this, so he's blocked in this regard. So we're just gonna go around here. And we're down to the last three cards of the game. I think I'm gonna win this one. Yeah. Or maybe not. Damn. Again, that's what happens when you play risky moves. But that's the way I like playing. Keep it going. And we're back again playing the lowest card on hand. I'm going first, so I'm gonna play this low card here. I usually like giving the AI the first move, because that lets me know what cards it has on hand. What card is it trying to play? I know he has something to take this jack, but I have to keep fighting. Now I'm going to the middle lane, and it keeps beating me up. Okay, so here comes another very, very risky move. I know the AI didn't have an ace on hand before. Otherwise, he would have played right in the middle. It wouldn't have gone sideways. But it might as well have drawn the ace, with these latest draws. So we're just gonna play the odds and see what happens. Okay. Now I got the upper hand. And I'm gonna do everything I can to cut him off. Can't give him any chance. At some point that becomes undoable. We just gotta keep trying. Okay, so let's see what happens. So now the AI didn't have anything to cut me off here. Otherwise, I assure you 100% he would have done it. So we got the upper hand, and we're gonna cut him off at his home row. Okay, and he's gonna be forced to play his highest cards on his home row, which is the worst place you want to be in. This one, he can take it with the ace. I don't mind. And here's the best part. So there's a king here and a king here. right? The only card that can take this queen right now is another ace. So even if it does take or when it does take the queen, he's not gonna cut me off here. He doesn't have the cards to cut to take that king. So I'm safe there. Okay, we have nothing but low cards on hand, and I want to play for a Techu, so I'm gonna save this for my last uh, play, and we're gonna play with low cards. Yeah, I can take that here. See? He's gonna take that 3. I'm gonna take this 4. He's gonna take it. I'm gonna play the 2, and he's gonna play that last card on an empty space. So that means I win. Okay. I did everything I did so I could end with a Techu, but that wasn't the case because the AI played a 2 on its last move, and that somehow canceled my Techu, which is a bug. It's not supposed to happen, but yeah, that's how it is right now. And let's keep it going. So again, we're back to playing the lowest card on hand, which was an 8. The AI played a 5, so it goes first. And now I'm going with this 5 here, build my road to the enemy side of the board. Okay, so we're at another point where we have to think this through. So the AI is going forward. That means it probably has an ace on hand. And I would want to play my ace, so I would cut him off, not it cutting me off. The lane. But since I like playing risky moves, I'm gonna play this 10 in the hopes that it has a jack or a queen or even better a king to take it, which is gonna be an even better card to take, but it didn't happen. Okay. We can still come back from this. I've done it a million times, 1,000 times, I'd say. So don't worry. We're still here. Okay. This is something you don't want to happen to you. You don't want to play a king on an empty space because you have nothing but your highest cards on hand. On the other hand, no pun intended. Wow. It got the card it needed just at the right time. And it took both my kings. So I'm screwed here. Really, really screwed. Now he's just gonna play. He's just gonna play on the back, waiting for me to make a move. Oh, he didn't. And I still can't beat that shit. Maybe I shouldn't have played that. Okay. Damn, I don't want to play that ace, but I have nothing else. If I don't do that, I'm gonna be back into that corner, and I'm running out of time. I'm running out of moves. Let's see. Okay, now we get to do this, but remember, that's not such a high card. It can cut me off anytime. And now I'm forced to use another ace, which is really, really bad news. I'm not gonna do it right now. He has another king, which it hasn't played yet. I lost this one. Pretty bad. And it all happened because I decided to play this 10 here. So that's something you have to watch out for. Okay, the AI goes first again. Ooh, you see that? It played a jack, so it has nothing but high cards on hand. Let's see how many cards it's gonna have to waste. Oh, okay, now he got low cards. He's still coming after me. He wants to play. He wants to play the high cards on hand. Yeah, that always happens. Okay, he's trying to back me up into a corner. He didn't succeed. And now I get to do this. I don't mind him taking this sand and going this lane. Oh, really? Okay. You see, I wonder why he didn't do that with this 10, like taking that 10. It could have just as easily done it and keep moving forward. But now you played it back here, which can be taken over easily. That's the feedback for the developers. The AI shouldn't play like me. Yeah, leave those risky moves for someone who can afford it. For someone who can't afford to lose, not someone who's just starting to play. I could have used the king. You could say that was a bad move on my part, but I just didn't want to use it um, at that point. I'm gonna use it now because I see no other. I don't want to give the AI any more chances to have a comeback. But yeah, I could have just played that initially before. Oh, I can't play there. Okay. Let's see what the AI is going to do. It's probably going to take this. Oh, no? Okay. Either way, I already won, but let's see what it can do. Yeah, those were very wild moves coming from the AI. Let's try to not to make these mistakes. Playing a jack, playing the ace to take over a jack down here when you still when you're still vulnerable. Not a really good play. Okay, so it's a standard play here. Okay, now I'm the one holding nothing but high cards on hand. I want to go forward. Even if I don't beat him up, I want to reveal the enemy strategies. And you will find many people not not trying to do that because that's usually a losing strategy. Like playing going forward when you're not sure you're gonna take that middle the center of the board. That's not a very good move to make. Um, on the other hand, if I were to play sideways all the way, just mimicking what the AI was doing, I was gonna waste my biggest cards sideways, while the AI was just gonna laugh at me playing nothing but low card, and that doesn't roll with me. Whoever gets the ace first, I wouldn't say won the match immediately, but would be pretty close to winning. And I just did. I wanted to take these three, but I can't take this chance. You see? Well, I can still do it now. Mm, let's go here. I think we've talked about this before, but in general, you usually want to go. You would usually want to play the lowest card you have on hand to take the highest card you have on the enemy side of the board, or in the whole board. Um, that's usually something, it's not like a rule of thumb, but that's a general guideline. It doesn't apply everywhere, but in most cases it does apply. Oh, let me see if I can go for a test. No, I'm not going for a test. Okay, this is interesting. The AI could have taken that king, but it chose to take the queen instead. And it has a higher score right now. Well, we will be tied when I play my card, but I have to know what it's up to. Okay, I can take this one. And I created these diagonal roadblock. Oh, that wasn't such a good move. Okay, but nothing's gonna happen. Mm. Okay, I pretty much won this one. You see, I didn't want to play my ace too soon because I had to know what the AI was up to. you have to think about, you have to try to decipher what your enemy is up to. And it helped me in the end because I took both cards with just one ace. Is it, he played that king over here. I could have played my ace over on top of that king, but then he would still have these lane available to take the two. So I cut him off and saved myself from a lot of trouble. So you always have to think, what could he be thinking on? It's a little harder in the early stage of the game because there's a lot of cards anybody could have on hand. So there's a million combinations you have to think about. But at the very end, you kind of have a sense of what the enemy, what the which cards are left to be drawn and played, and you can have a more precise strategy or more bold moves, as somebody likes to say. Okay, so not this time I'm going first. And as we've discussed before, I don't like going first. I mean, I don't like going building a road with using weak cards. So I'm just gonna play these three down here. Okay, now I got a very high, the highest card I could get on hand. Now I'm going forward. We made this mistake before, and we're about to do it again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, don't worry, guys. Mm, I think we're about to be in a better position than last time. You'll see. Okay. Right now, I'd like to think I have the advantage. One, I just took one of, I just took a king, and while he took the middle, he didn't take a king. He didn't take this king. It will do it eventually later on, but I will still have another king that the AI will not be able to stop. And that's something you have to think about. Uh, After everything is said and done, you have to make sure the enemy doesn't have as many unstoppable cards, or it should have a less than you do, because right off the bat, the two unstoppable cards are the two aces. But if you don't play your aces on top of the enemy's kings, then those kings become unstoppable. And that goes for the same goes for kings and jacks. You could do the same. You could have the same train of thought, or you could say the same about every card in the game. So it comes down to, of course, lower cards can be stopped by any other higher card. So it all comes down to how you play the highest cards you have in the game. And so that being said, with that considered, I'd like to think that I have the advantage right now. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Now I'm attacking the enemy, the AI, in two ways, and he's only going to be able to stop one of them. My guess is that he's going to go for this one because he's got to secure his home row, but it could all change. No one knows at this point. Okay, and now this is another example. Okay, so he has a queen, and he played a queen, and I already played my kings. So the only way I'm gonna stop that, I'm gonna take over that queen, is using the only ace I have left. But I don't want to do that because I'm not interested in conquering his home row. He can have his home row for himself. So I'm just gonna play back here, and I'm gonna call that a win. And I got the second king. That means nothing but good news here. Of course, I know he's gonna cut me off here. I know it. Oh, it didn't. Okay, that's another mistake that it probably should have avoided. I'm 2 points ahead, and there's only 5 moves left in the game. So this is a time where you have to think carefully to make sure you keep winning. You don't lose your winning streak. I could still lose here. I could still lose this game. Okay, so what does it have right now? It has no aces, no kings. I took them both out, but it does have a queen left. It has a queen. So you have to watch out for that. I have to watch out for that. I'm not going to be able to stop that queen. I already played every card that can take it out. What can I do? Make sure I still have a lead by the end of the game. How am I going to do it? Now. Okay, so I'm going to take these 3 here. If it tries to take the 5, then I'm going with the 5 here. Am I going to maintain my lead here? I'm not sure. I know he's going to take that jack with the queen, but I know that's not going to be enough. Oh yeah, it's going to end in a tie. And these are the kind of moves that you have to play, that you have to think. I mean, if I knew every card the AI had on hand, I would have played differently. Because I would have played these 2 that I play back here. I would have played it up here. Maybe I should have done that regardless, but I just didn't know it had anything to overcome the 6. I didn't know what the AI had on hand. So if I knew what cards it had on hand, I would have played that 2 up here. And if he had tried to take the 9, the 6 with that 9, then I would have caught him up here with my 7, and then it would still take the 2 that I played up here, but it wouldn't have taken the. But I would still take 1 card from him, and I would be up by 1 point. And if I played the 2 here and he played the 6 to take over the 2, then I would play the 7. It would play the 9 over the 7, and I would still end up with 1 point ahead. So this is what you have to think about the very last few moves, because I mean, I can't remember every card in the game, and I'm usually just thinking about the highest cards. That's why I thought about the queen. But I can't think that I can't count cards. I'm sorry. I'm not there yet. Okay, we have time for one last move. Let's see what happens. Okay, got high cards. I'm going straight ahead. By the way, you have to think that this was a hand. At the previous match, we knew we were making a mistake on purpose, and we still ended up. I'm gonna make another mistake here, and we still ended up with a tie game that we had the chance to win. So don't think because the enemy took the middle, the center of the board that they already got the game. There are many ways to come back from it. I just show you one. Okay, so again, the kind of risky moves I like to play. I like to play. The enemy plays sideways, so it sure as hell doesn't have an ace on hand. It might as well do is, and it's just bluffing. But let's go with the king. Okay. Okay, so whatever it plays, I'm gonna take over this pot. I'm not gonna risk it. And right now we're just going with the lowest card on hand to take the highest cards on the enemy side of the board. That's what we're going with all the way. Uh, very simple. Okay, I could take this jack. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Mm, I don't feel like conquering that. Damn, I'm gonna have to. If the AI plays another card here and then I go for the king, it's gonna play the ace here, and I'll be totally screwed. So let's just stick it up here. You see? I'm a mind reader. Ooh, I'm still in trouble anyway. It's gonna take it up. So I'm gonna have to build a lane very fast here. Don't worry about anything else. Really? Hmm. Okay. The AI doesn't have an ace, doesn't have aces, doesn't have kings. Let me check. I can. There was a nine underneath that. It still has a queen. I think it does. Oh no, it doesn't have a queen. It doesn't have queens. It doesn't have kings. It doesn't have aces. So this jack is not gonna be stopped. So it's what I told you. It's about how many unstoppable cards you end up having by the end of the game. Whew. Again, this is a play style that I would highly recommend you to avoid at all costs, especially when you're starting to learn how to play. Uh, I like making risky moves in part because, I it's just like somebody is gonna remember Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, the anime. It's just I like playing. I like crushing the enemy as much as I like playing. And risky moves are the way to do it. For me, at least, anybody can find another way to do it, and they'll probably have a good chance to crush the enemy. But risky moves are the way for me to show them this is how bad you play. Well, not in those exact words, but you can show the gap, the difference in the play style, and you know, it's fun. It's fun. At least with the AI, you do it bigly, but you also lose big. So that's why I don't recommend this to anyone. But I like playing that way. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's Techu Tuesday. We'll be back next week with another hour of Techu streams, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. Remember to subscribe, like, and share the stream with everybody. We need to have as many people joining the stream to get the game going. This is gonna be a, a very long journey for us, and we're here for it. Anyway, guys, see you next week.